Welcome back. I'm Aaron Jack, artist to art, Aaron Jack line art. We're going to be on with Virginia Damtsa. And so welcome. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Thank you. That's really what I want to say, is that I really appreciate you, the audience, for being here with us being present, with us enjoying this life. Really, that's what I want to say. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Hey, Andrea. So we're going to be on with Virginia in a moment. That's what we're here to do. So we are going to see. So thank you, Ale, for joining us again. Thank you. Thank you, Jill. Thank you to all the wonderful people. We should be having Virginia on in a moment here. We're just going to take this time and talk, to be present with ourselves. That's really why we're here. Here's Virginia. So I'm going to ask you all to use that little button there, the one that looks like an airplane. Send this out to your friends. We're only going to be here for 15-20 minutes today. So send this out to all of your friends and hang out with us. Hang out with us for a little while we chat across the world. Thank you. Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
We're matching.
Yeah, we're matching. I like this. I love your shirt. I love your shirt.
It's like Christmas,
Yeah. It's very bright. It's very bright.
Let's celebrate.
That's wonderful.
In lockdown.
Where are you? Tell us, like, where are you? What are you excited about? That's what I want to know.
That will be a few hours conversation.
That's what
I'm based in London, and yes, we have lockdown here, but nothing stops us, right? We have to keep the joy up.
Keep the joy. You crazy lockdown. I saw on the way to the Dover docks, things are just crazy lockdown, all backed up. I know that space because I was on the way from London to Paris for a photo shoot, and it was just like the bus broke down right in the middle, right there, like a couple kilometers from the Dover docks. Crazy.
But I think, we should talk about art.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about art.
That's what we should talk. Because, let's forget about everything that's happening in the world. Let's escape with art.
Let's stick with art.
Let's enjoy yourself with art. That's what we need, right?
That sounds good. So why don't you...
So we got 15 minutes.
Yeah,
no one needs Instagram. Everyone join us. We'll be very quick, very entertaining, and very joyful.
Perfect. I like the way that you think. So tell us a little bit. You've been an art advisor, art dealer. Tell us a quick moment about that.
So yes, I am an art dealer and also an artist agent. I started actually very young, when I was only 16, because my uncle was an art collector, and he asked me to buy an artwork for himself, which I then actually managed to sell, double the price. And therefore then, that was my vocation. I didn't think at 16 what I'm going to do. I was an art dealer. So started early, 16. Then I came to London when I was 18. I opened my gallery at the age of 20. My main goal was to show artists of the now, that represent the future. Art should be impactful in our life and have a meaning for us, really. And that's what I wanted to achieve with the artists I'm showing and with the exhibition I was presenting. And I have a few examples, like 5 examples of exhibitions I curated and artists I'm working with, that I would like to share with all of you. We've got some images. You started with the last one.
Would you like me to start with the first
one?
No,
it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, Wolfe von Lenkiewicz is a British contemporary artist, known for his artistic configuration of well-known imagery from art history that question really contemporary and art historical discourses. So bringing the old and the new together. Next image, please. So Italian hyper contemporary artist Matteo Mauro seeks like innovative solution in his kind of infinite mediation of reality and dreams, the old and the new. He challenges the idea of 17th century Baroque by digitizing it and turning into a contemporary discourse. Raf Zeman, South African artist. Raf Zeman is interesting because he's a film director and also an artist. Mainly his work, he wants to highlight social responsibility towards global politics. Drawing from his experience growing in apartheid in South Africa, Zeman's work integrates human rights, and the vehicle, the military vehicle you see just above, above my head, is a military vehicle used during apartheid in South Africa that was spreading terror during the times. And the artist wanted to reverse this. He wanted to reverse history and have this as a symbol of a peace symbol rather than a symbol of terror. So that's interesting. He kind of tried to reverse the pain and create beauty and color. That's actually a group of artists, a collective that work together. It's an installation, Bored Light. And this installation was shown at the Barbican Center, which is an exhibition center in London. And what we wanted to do, because the space is quite dark, we wanted to create kind of a rainbow of colors inside this space, which the artists, I think, achieved very gratefully and gracefully.
Wow. So it's a whole group of artists that came together.
It's Troika. It's three artists working together, and they've been working together for a very long time, which is very unusual for artists to stick together.
Wow. How do you know what got them to stick together and start working together?
I think share of imagery, share of values. You have to ask them, but it's pretty unusual. I mean,
Wow.
we have few examples, but it's quite unusual when artists, work together for such a long time.
I might have to talk to them. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, absolutely. I'll put you in touch. They're a powerful team,
That would be amazing. I would love to.
So yeah, can we go down on this image? Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
So that's actually from one of our exhibition, which was an exhibition, Yoko Ono actually, it was a performance. It was called Baggy's Performance. And where Yoko Ono challenges the public to enter into a black plastic bag, rubbish bag for the precision, with her. And Yoko always pushes the boundaries of what art is and radically questioning the division between art and the everyday. And also relying on the fact that to complete the artwork, the viewer has to enter it. The viewer has to finish it. A complete artwork is with the viewer. So that's quite interesting because the viewer participates in the completion of the work and makes it holistic in a way, or full.
Wow. What are some of the most interesting ways that you've seen artists have the public finish the artwork?
Wow, I like your challenge. I think just by looking at it, just by looking at an artwork, and you're already participating in the creation of it. By buying it, of course. Hello, collectors, where are you? So, yeah. I mean, it's an interesting question. I'm kind of thinking, checking in my library of images to record something like this. But I think just by looking at artwork, you're already participating in its creation.
What are maybe some of the most interesting ways that you've seen the viewer participate in the art itself?
In a kind of a radical way, you mean?
As radical as you want to go.
I think what I find always fascinating is sometimes when group of, like students, for example, or like kids come and then, they really look at a painting and interact. And sometimes even kids, I love the way they look at artworks because they see actually much more details than what we see. I think maybe their approach is much more naive, or it's like less refined because, also sometimes, if we too refine, we lose something. Sometimes, you know, a more naive approach could be more interesting. But I think it's just when, I think that could be an example, for example. But I'm actually saying this, yes, I have another example. So we did a performance with John Maeda, who is a MIT actually guru, genius, you know, in so many, in the digital world, the media world. He's also creative. And he had to invite the public to interact with him. And he really worked in a sand pit. So he had like, where they were coming up with ideas. And then he would create these ideas into, like, in a way, kind of bridging the boundary between analog and digital. And then he had to kind of reproduce this in a so the ideas were analog, but they had to reproduce this in a digital way. Or the other example is when artists put artists and musicians to work together with vinyl. So the artist and the artist and the musician will work on the vinyl together. So here it is. It's just you got me on the spot, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
Think.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
but
we are. We're live.
We're
on the spot. We're on the spot here. So are there any ways in which you think are interesting? Do you think that meaning making by the audience is? You said that it's very like essential to that completion. How do you feel like? Is there someone to actually observe that? To observe the finishing of the artwork, the meaning making aspect.
So what do you mean, for example?
There's that aspect of the audience finishing the artwork. Who's observing that finishing of the artwork? Is that interesting for the audience or interesting for anybody?
I mean, I love looking at the process. So, you know, when an artist says, "Oh, finish the work," I always want to say, can I just follow the process? Can I come to the studio? Can I come halfway and see how it looks? And I think that's really exciting. I mean, people, you know, like to see the end result, the finished product, you know. But I think process is so, for me, it's exciting. It's interesting. You see how the artists work. And I don't know if it's for everyone like this, but I think process could be very interesting to watch. How the artist started, what the ideas, and I think also what is very enriching in art, and I think that will be probably a universal thing, that you know, when you go to a museum or whatever, you see an artwork, but what finishes the artwork is the ideas. So sometimes you go to a museum and the viewer will look at the label and will read the label, and then after will look at the art, and therefore the art sometimes becomes more alive, because when you know what the ideas are, then the art becomes even more alive. That's why it's good sometimes to explain what the ideas are before each on each artwork.
Well, so here's my question: as you and art,
you love
if you're the artwork yourself, what are the ideas that we should know to understand more about you and your process?
Me and my process.
Yes, yes. So if there's like a little tagline by you or like a little idea that would help us better understand you and your process, what would that be?
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. I think my process is this, you know, when I have art exhibitions, when I show art exhibitions, I want them to be memorable. You know, I want to be different, challenging, but most of all, memorable experiences. So, you know, when people see it, they think, oh, you know, that's interesting. You know, maybe they talk about it after a few years, or they learn something, or they challenge. So when it comes to exhibitions, that I would say, memorable, challenging, exciting, even sometimes it could be escapism, you know, like all the adjectives you could even describe, you know, like, you know, if you want to watch a film, there's so many genres of film, you know, there's like thriller, there's like a romantic, there's the same thing for art. It has to touch in so many ways. And in so many ways you want to be touched. And when it comes to, you know, exhibition, that would be my goal, have it to something that people remember and, you know, makes a point. When it comes to like, for example, my art agency, I want to create a community of really talented artists, charismatic artists, who are ambitious, but also very connected with the now. And then together as an art community, we can break into the art scene and make a difference, right? I mean, each artist, that's what I do with the art agency. I try to, find them a good gallery, find them opportunities, get them into the right places, the right context, create a great image for them. I mean, especially now, social media is so important. What's the best way of promoting themselves? A horrible word to use, but even branding themselves, because that's what it is, and that's it. So
Wow. What's the number one thing that you think, number one or three things that you think artists should know that would bring them up to the level of the now for you and create memorable, to be part of that aspect of creating memorable shows?
I think, I challenge myself constantly. I want to understand the world better. I want to always be better, and I think that the same idea with artists, if they could have like a certain theme in their work or a certain ideology or values, but I think they have to also constantly challenging themselves or the now, or keep with an idea which is so unique, original, maybe awkward, even difficult. Like when it was this week, one of my clients, collectors, said, "Wow, that's a difficult painting," and I said, "That's a good thing, because if it's difficult, it means it is doing something for you. It means that it will stand time." So I think difficult is not a bad word in art.
Wow.
Are
So
we
what's
finished
some
there? I don't want to lose my. I think
That's
people want to
fair.
have dinner here.
That's fair. Let's go to
Ah,
this.
yeah, let's see. Let's look at
We
this
got
image.
this.
Let's look at this image. Perfect. Yeah. Sorry, I'm always getting excited with my artists. So that's a pretty awkward, difficult installation. The artist called Alice Anderson, and when she came to me, she said, "Oh, I've got this difficult, crazy idea," and I said, "Perfect. I'm in." So I always say to my artists, if you have a difficult situation, please come to me. I love challenge. So that was a sculpture installation that wrapped the whole gallery with actually her hair. It was kind of course, synthetic, and kind of human and space become one. The installation was called Mother Web. It was actually a link between herself and other. And it was actually, we managed to take it from the gallery after to the Royal Opera House in London. So it was, and then to the Freud Museum. So it's good, we always trying to find different homes. And yeah, I think this image, it's very memorable, no?
Yeah, yeah.
I hope so.
What was one of the most difficult projects you've worked on?
I think everything is, I don't think it's difficult because I do this with really love and passion. And I think, I don't think anything is difficult as long as you persevere. I think you persevere, and you're trying to do your best, and you work with the artist, and you both trying to do your best.
So the perseverance, what has taken you the most to persevere beyond a situation? What's been like a perseverance of your own career or of your own project that you've worked with an artist on?
I think perseverance is, when you start very early and you're like 16, for people to hear your voice, it takes a very long time. And I think when I say persevering, I really hope that if I'm in good health and, I'm like 85, I'll still be doing art fairs, and you come and see me. I say, "Hi, Aaron, I'm doing this art fair. Do you want to check the art?" I think that's what is persevering, that, you don't lose the faith. You keep doing what you're doing. You're trying your best. And I think that's what is perseverance. So I hope I see you when we're 85, right?
I hope
You be the
so. I
art,
hope
I'll be
so.
the art dealer.
The world has beauty in it for us all. So
Yeah.
thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Aaron. I
So
appreciate
where can everybody find you at?
Well, the Instagram, Virginia_Damtsa. And then if they send me a message there, I think that's Instagram is a good contact, good way
Uh,
of connecting.
And then your website and what are there
Yeah,
any other
everything is
platforms?
on the Instagram page.
Okay, so everything, go through the Instagram page. They'll find you. They'll understand you. They'll be
I
more
hope
connected.
so. I hope
What what would be your challenge for art collectors out there? What is something that you would challenge art collectors to do or to look at it in a new way?
we said we're ending.
Okay, okay.
To be followed. To
No, no,
be
we've
followed.
had a specific
To be
time. So
continued.
okay, to
Episode
be
3 to be
continued.
continued.
To
To be
be
continued.
continued.
To be
All right.
continued. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
Pleasure.
All right.
Thank you everyone for watching. Hello, Ted. Hello, Bea, Rebecca. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you. All
And
right.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone too. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you watching Artist to Art. Please follow me, Aaron Jack Line Art. I'm here every Tuesday and then Thursdays on Freedom Tapestry Project. So make sure to follow our artists today. I'll have them posted on my page. So I really appreciate you, the viewer. I couldn't do it without you being here, being present, asking questions. You want me to chat with you? I'll chat with you. I'm gonna probably do some open call-ins. I do them once a month on Freedom Tapestry Project. So make sure to follow Freedom Tapestry Project. I talk to all of you openly the first Thursday of the month. So I'm looking to do more on my channel. So make sure to follow Aaron Jack Line Art, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful holidays and into the future. I really appreciate you being here.